What's up, everyone? This is Tim with the Gutter Growth Podcast. Today I got James Hatfield. James is the Chief Revenue Officer at LiveSwitch. It's a technology company, but I'll let James tell us a little bit about that. How are you doing today, James?
Doing great, Tim. Thanks for having me on the show today. I appreciate it. I'm excited to be here. And, with my background, I used to run painting power washing companies, so I know what it's like to live a life on a ladder.
Good deal, man. Yeah, I've seen that. So what did you do? You just kind of got out of those businesses, and how'd you get into the LiveSwitch?
Happenstance. I never thought I'd leave my home service businesses. I had two crews. We were running all over town and doing just fine. And, for me at that time, the only thing I felt weak at in my business was knowing my numbers. I didn't know what the bookkeeper was telling me when I was nodding my head, but I don't understand what they're saying. So I was like, maybe I ought to put myself through school. And at that time, 20 years ago, school was actually affordable for state college. So I went to state college and, went through accounting courses and business courses and learned how to do the books. And I wanted to bring that back to the business, but then things changed because I met somebody also graduating, and they had a landscaping company and they were doing some stuff with financials. And they kind of asked me if I wanted to give software a try. And I was like, I'm open to it. My businesses are doing fine. And that's when things changed for me.
Yeah, no, I was checking out the website. That's pretty interesting. Why don't you tell a little bit about what LiveSwitch does?
Yeah, so here at LiveSwitch, what we try to do is help to get you to your customers as fast as possible. It's always a race, right? When those customers go to Google they're Googling whatever home service they want near me. What does a customer do? They look for the 5 stars and they'll call you or go to your booking link and book some time or get an estimate. And we're trying to, we call it race to the face. The faster I can get a face in front of that customer, the better. And we do it now with technology. Everyone's got a smartphone now, so we try to connect people through their smartphone. No app needed, nice and simple. That way any of our older customers can get right to it, and we can put your eyes on the project as fast as possible. Because frankly, I think we've all been there where we drive out to do a bid, get into the driveway, and even before walking in the house, you're like, oh, this is.
You're literally getting them face to face.
I want to get there. I want to save a trip in the truck. I compete against the gas tank and speed because people don't want to wait anymore. Thanks to Amazon Prime, right? We want to have it overnight. And how many times have we called even the next day? Hey, I'm getting ready to head out to meet you. Oh, don't bother. I had someone come out yesterday and I've already booked with them.
It's so true. So true. I know when I was, I did most of my estimates with my gutter company in person. We did some virtual. But I know with like the gutter cleaning side of things, I went to all virtual. And for some reason, like I even had pretty high prices, but for some reason, like if I had them on the phone and I told them the price right then and there, I closed them like 9 out of 10 times. If I went to that gutter cleaning estimate, I had like a 50% close rate for some reason. Same price.
Yeah. Well, it's because of the tire kickers, right? Like people that have to get the 3 bids before they make a decision. And then, they want to like talk to the spouse and get back to you. And then they want to haggle you. We've all been there, against the customer. Like when they call you and you give them that price and they close, they were ready to buy. Like they woke up and they decided, hey, I need to take care of these gutters and get these things cleaned. They make a call. That's what the true customers want, right? They want to know, do you have 5 stars? How much is this going to be? And when can you be here? Because I want it now. That's just what it is. And so it's a speed. Just like the NFL is all about speed, just like the Olympics are all about speed, business is all about speed. And we're always preaching that, the faster you can get your company, when that phone is ringing, the better you're going to be.
How does it work?
It's really simple. In fact, I could probably train you in 2 minutes. All you have to do is when that call comes in, you already get the phone number. You just tell the person, hey, do you mind if I send you a text? And you just tap on it and I can see the project. And that way I get my eyes on the project, make sure my bid is accurate as possible. And it'll save time to get you the price right now. And that way I can get my crews out there. And every now and then people will be a little skeptical, right? They'll say, hey, I've never done anything like that before. That's okay.
Yeah.
It's simple. In fact, one of my guys who hangs TVs and does a bunch of audio visual stuff, he's like, James, I got a 90-year-old on this the other day. Because it is that easy. And where it came from is our company's been around for 16 years and we hadn't been in home services except for the past year and some change, year and a half. But what we did prior is we were reinventing the 911 phone call with the chief of police in Washington, D.C. And they had to come out. We had to come out with a way to say, hey, James, in an emergency, nobody has time to download an app. you got to figure out how can I get access to those cameras as fast as possible to stream that video right to the police car. It's called
So they're using this in emergency situations right now.
Yeah, in colleges as well.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, putting it up on.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, and we're in Department of Defense and all kinds of stuff. So it's just taking that technology that's really at a high level and bringing it in to home services. I actually didn't know we were even going to be here, but I met a guy he takes care of the Tennessee Titans, the NFL football team.
Okay.
20 years in the FBI. He's like, James, I love this stuff, but he's like, I got the stupidest question you've ever heard. I'm like, what is that? He's like, I run a huge arena here in Nashville, and sometimes my guy is on the other side of the stadium, and he's got a question, and he wants to show me something, so I got to hop in my golf cart. He's like, can I just text them, and they show me, like, when the trash cans fall over? Because that would save me a lot of time. Or if I'm out, I'm like, oh, yeah. And it just reminded me back in the day when I had the Nextel walkie-talkie, right? I was going to the Waffle House. I have a Nextel walkie-talkie. I was talking to my crews. I was like, this is like the Nextel walkie-talkie, but with my eyes instead of my ears, you know?
So they don't have to download an app or anything like that. You don't have to make sure you both have the same thing. You're just sending them a link and boom, you're on the phone.
I got guys that live in their truck and do this. I got customers that, you know, nobody wants to download another app, and nobody wants to scroll through their photos of their kids just to upload pictures to you on a text message. They don't want to do that. I mean, you've got, like, my wife, we were going to get to the driveway redone, right? And she went and got bids, and every one of them wanted her to go out there, take a bunch of pictures, upload them to the Dropbox, do all this, that, and the other.
So it's a lot of work.
She's like, it's a lot of work. Like, you got to be the customer. Like, and I've lived it. I mean, I've lived on ladders. I've had crews that, you know, didn't like to sell. I've been with the customers that are, you know, elderly and all that stuff. So I knew that it had to be so dang simple, like the walkie-talkie, you know? So I can train your team in 2 minutes. And now the stuff under the hood is incredibly hard. We're one of only 4 companies in the whole world that have this stuff.
Basement flooding. Roof leaks. Mold.
No. I have to clean the gutters.
Go back to sleep, honey. We installed one gutter guard.
Prevent unexpected and costly damage from clogged gutters. Protect your home with one gutter guard, the trusted solution for gutter protection. Call us today to schedule your free gutter inspection and estimate.
Right. Okay. One of them being Google, and Google, I like tell you what, they don't care about gutters. They don't care about gutter.
No.
Folks, you know, they don't. And so we went a different way. We were like, you know, Google, you do the conference thing that COVID brought in. I'm going to go where I'm from and my partner's from, you know? And so we went the other way, and we created this. It's not, don't think of it like a FaceTime call, because it's actually the exact opposite of it. So when your customer gets the text, all they're doing is tapping and say allow. There's a safety feature that makes them say allow, because you're going to see their camera, right?
Yep.
And it's tuned up where they see themselves big and they see you small, which is the reverse of a FaceTime. Because people with crappy eyes like me, I've got these big Coke bottles on. When you're walking them around outside or inside the house, they need to look through their phone.
That way, if they're putting the camera on something, they're seeing the whole picture.
Exactly. And
kind of like a loom.
Like a loom, exactly.
Yep.
And then on your end, as the estimator, as the person that is in charge of, you know, giving them a bid, now they're going to see you. It's got a virtual background, like with your branding, because some of my guys live in their truck. So like we had to get the virtual. So that'll put up for you. But on your end, you can be on a tablet, a phone, a computer. You see it big. So you can, it'll record everything, which is good for covering your backside. Right? When you get out there,
it's automatically recording.
And you can take remote photos. So you can tap into their, see, now you've got all the stuff that the FBI, you can tap into their camera and take a remote photo.
So like if they're like, you know, showing you something and you need to see that more clearly, boom, you got a picture.
Boom. Yep, you get a picture. And we have it to where sometimes if you got folks that are going in their basement or have crap internet, like let's say they go outside, their internet is crap. Yeah. What you can do is you can send them a text message and say, hey, go outside and walk around the house for me and show me, you know, all 4 sides of the house. And then when you get back even to 3G internet or inside your house, it'll upload it for me. Right? Because we had to come up with a way that, like, if they didn't have a good internet connection, and this gets used for operations.
So like stores it, and then when you go in, it connects, uploads.
Yep. There's a special feature in your browser where it'll cache everything in the browser. Oh, we're high tech. We're high tech, man. Like, I have a bunch of computer scientists. You know, I'm the guy, I'm the blue collar guy. That's where I come from. So I can, because you know what engineers do, they over engineer stuff and make it way too hard. I'm like, you can't. Yes, I'm like, I have lived a life on a ladder. I know what it's like. So I
Yep.
tell them how to tune it up where everybody and their mama can use it. And then from there, they can be and do the hard stuff, which is, oh my goodness, like if someone loses internet, what do we do there? And now it's all, I mean, this is just a tip of the iceberg. And wait till I tell you about all the other stuff that this can do now that's in the power of in your hands. All right. This is just a text to connect. And that's for sales. You can use it for operations. Like if a tech's out there is like, we got a problem, show me.
Oh,
If they're up on a ladder, like show
now
me.
you got an easier way for them to just show you what's going on,
That's right. That's right. Where just a photo or
and
like
it's
even
documented.
it's all documented. You're going to get eyes on everything. You're going to get eyes on your sales team. You're going to get eyes on your techs. You're going to get eyes on before and afters. You're going to get customer testimonials. You're going to get all of that because every phone now has like 4 cameras on them. Let's use that and abuse that in all the right ways and help you as an owner get eyes on your entire business. Because isn't that what we want? Like the things that give
Mhm.
us the most fear is the things we can't see, right? When you can see something, you can fix something. Right. And this is not in any one of like we're actually getting installed under the hood. Like we're under the hood of Jobber and like we're powering like we power Adobe. Like we power platforms because they just don't we're a live video company, right?
Mhm.
So we're able to bring that, put that under the hood of whatever software you're already using or just in your hands. You don't even have to have software. I mean, like I said, as
Yeah.
long as you got access to a
Phone.
browser, a phone, you're off to the races. And so that's part one. Part one is that, let me see it in real time. Let's go. All right.
Yep.
Part
What
two,
too?
part two is claiming houses. Okay. The best thing for home services to do is obviously hunting and getting new customers. You want that, right? But the
Mhm.
best thing actually is leveraging the customer base you have. Because last I checked, my gutters fill up every year from leaves, right?
Right.
That is what we call recurring revenue, the
Yep.
liquid gold of a business. So what you want to do? Well, what happens when the homeowner moves out of the house? Like, okay, that you might get the new house, but what about the old house? So what we're using on site now are QR codes. Our guys will go around and put QR codes on the gutters where a
Okay.
customer can see it at eye level, right? Don't go put it up up top go at eye level, and you will put your name of your company, right? Your gutter company. You'll put your phone number, and you'll say, "Hey, scan this QR code for new work." And
Are
so
they
when they
putting that like on a downspout or something?
on each downspout, on
Okay.
each downspout.
On each
So
downspout.
oh yeah, because I got our new roof done the other like 3 months ago, and all of the nails and all the metal went down one of my gutters. And I look out the window, and my gutter is like firing water backwards because it's
Yeah.
clogged. It's clogged right at the elbow. Right now, I'm pretty handy guy, but like if it was a non, they would have been like, oh god. So they go out there, and what are they going to do? For anything, if they got an HVAC problem, they go to the unit. They got an
Right.
electrical problem, they go to the box
And you'll have
because
that on the unit.
yeah, and so what we're trying to do is block people from going to Google. The worst thing is someone saying gutter guy near me because oh crap, there's all my 10 competitors. So how do you box them out? On every downspout, you put a QR code, and that way the current owner or your current customer can get your business every year. Hey, come and clean it every year. Because sometimes we forget who we use. Like I actually
Mhm.
can't remember the
It's
name of
true.
my roofer. I just don't remember it. You know,
Yep.
and everybody's like that. They can't remember. We just don't
Yep.
remember stuff anymore. I don't even remember what I had for breakfast.
Well, we're
So
getting
like
hit with so much stuff.
oh my goodness, it's ridiculous. So put your QR code right up there, and what the customer can do is scan it and take a video of what they need done, and it'll capture their info. So we ask for the name, email, phone number. What do you need done? Take me a video. That way, when you call, you've already seen the video, you know this, and you're quoting them the price because it's
So
speed
then
to
if they
lead.
had like say a problem or something, that's a warranty call, they could just go on there and they could show you what the problem is and you automatically have it.
Exactly for
Save a lot
warranty
of time.
calls, for annual cleanings, right? And then for referrals. Again, we forget, but if that QR code is out there and that they're starting to see your brand, they'll remember you. So when
Mhm.
someone's like, "Who do you guys use for your gutters?" Let me show you something. Check this out. Like it's a race to downspouts. QRs on downspouts, and you can put the QR code on flyers. You can put it on your
Yep.
truck, and imagine
Yep.
when you put it on your truck, what you can even do with your staff, your operations guys, is they can scan that QR code, and before they touch the gutters, when they're all dented up, like, you don't want to get hit with a claim. You say, look, we've recorded, whether even from the customer's phone when you did the sell,
Yeah.
the proposal, or when your team gets on property. So now you can do before and afters that way. You can do documented issues that way. You know, you want to use this stuff to protect your butt as well as let everybody know how good you are. So
Yep.
it's all these little pieces. And the final thing that we do is pretty dang cool. Is like we can put it on a website. So now instead of chatting with a robot, because
Hmm.
I just spoke at a home service conference and I asked everyone, who here's AI robot is their number one salesperson? How many hands do you think went up?
Not many.
Zero.
Yeah.
AI doesn't close business. AI answers
Yep.
little stupid questions. You know, when are you open? You know, what's this? What's that? But it doesn't close the cache, right? Not that I've seen. I mean, let
Right.
me know
No,
you
I
guys if
agree.
you hear something
Yeah, I
different.
agree.
But what we're trying to do is now you can tap the button, and instead of talking to a robot, it'll ring your phone, and you could be sitting in Subway eating a sandwich, and and when you hit connect, they'll instantly you pop up on video on your website.
So you're
Hi.
instantly face to face. You're instantly doing a FaceTime.
Instantly. It's a race to the face. It's
And
a
so
speed to
on the
the
website, what does that look like? That link? Is it kind of
it's
tells them that, or?
Yep, it's a little bell that says, you know, get your quote right now. And they just tap it. I'm actually trying to make it easier than calling the phone number,
Yeah.
right? Again, it's speed, right?
Yeah.
So they click
Because
and
that
then
has everything to do with conversion if they can't easy access.
exactly. Like if they're sitting on their couch shopping, and by the way, we like to shop in the evenings when you don't like to drive your truck out. So a
Yep.
lot of my folks will have people that will answer that call even overseas. They can have a virtual assistant that
On the
will answer
off
them
hours.
on the off hours because again, those VAs don't cost that much. And how
No.
much is
I
each
have a
week?
VA company.
Yeah. So boom,
We put
like
them in place cheap.
put in place cheap, let them cover your backside on, you know, not from 9 to 5, but from 5 to 9, right? The 5 to 9 coverage. And then the other thing that we have is some of your team is really good at fixing gutters, cleaning gutters, but they suck at selling, upselling, and selling like the membership program. So you can give them a cheap tablet and there's a little button that says go on it. They just hit go and they're like, here, talk to my customer success person. And they're like, yep, I've got Tim out there on the ladder today. Hey, while he's out there, what other issues do we have on site? Do we need to do any replacement of anything? Have you noticed any damage? Can I interest you in our membership program that will cover you and get you an annual cleaning? It costs as much or whatever you want to do. It's a way to put your salespeople selling and your operations guys doing it. And you can tell your operations guys, you never have to worry about selling again. I've got a VA taking care of that. I got a sales guy taking care of that. Here's the technology. You just make sure you document stuff if there's an issue and you get the job done right. Because we ask people to do way too much. Like
Yeah.
I've had to do that when I was asking all my painters to also be salespeople and they suck at it, you know, like
Right. They're better in their own lane.
yeah,
Yep.
they couldn't close a door if they tried, you know, but like
Yep.
you want to put the right
If
people
you
in
have
the
a
right
sales
spot.
guy who already sold this job, he could just get back on the phone, get back face to face, which
Yep.
that's the best way to sell.
Hi, my name is Archie. And I don't want this, or this to cause unexpected damage to your home.
Prevent unexpected and costly damage from clogged gutters. Protect your home with one gutter guard, the trusted solution for gutter protection. Call us today to schedule your free gutter inspection and estimate.
Absolutely.
Now, you're
And
still face to face, but you're not having to be there.
totally. And it records everything. So if your salesperson is selling world peace and your operations guys are like, "Hey dude, stop selling world peace. Like we don't do that." Or you're underselling us or you're not doing it right. It keeps
Yeah.
everybody
Quality
accountable.
control.
Yes, it's multiple places of control. And that's also very important to our customers.
So I got a question. What does something like this cost?
Cheap. It's like
Cheap.
$5 to $10 a day.
That ain't bad.
Yeah, I compete against your gas tank. That's what I compete against. The wear and tear of the vehicle. And I
Yeah, because
also
you're going to save gas, so it's inevitably cheaper at $5 a day.
and
then
more important and even more important, your time. Because
I
we've
spend
driven.
40, $50 a day sometimes.
Yeah, because you're
going
driving
around
all
eight-
over
eight
town.
quotes. Yeah.
Yeah. So if we can even cut that back by just a little bit, like, and I knew when we built it, I was like, we can't make this stuff expensive because you know it's people's bottom line, you know.
But also, it's like customer experience, right? Because you're giving them an experience that the next guy's not, and
That's right.
you know, it's kind of your image, your branding.
It's everything. Your speed is everything. I mean, everybody listens probably an Amazon Prime member. Why? Because when you get the choice of I want my package overnight, in 2 days, or in 2 weeks, everybody chooses overnight. I don't know a single soul. It's like, give me the 2 weeks. You know, I can wait.
Nobody.
Nobody. And it's the same thing for your customer experience, for your customers, you got to be the customer. You got to be the customer. And look, if you want to be a late adopter, great. But here's the deal. While you wait, other people are slapping QR codes on the downspouts. That's just what's going on.
What do those look like, by the way?
They're very cool. We have lots of different, you'll see like, what's beautiful is you just download the QR code and you go to like Canva or something, and you can create it and make it look beautiful. Like most people will put their
do your
brand
own design on it, your own branding.
Yeah. Everybody has a little bit of style and what they want, but that's not hard either. I mean, all that stuff, and if you need someone to help you, there's plenty of people out there to do that, but you literally can go to, you got VA do it. You just go to Canva, put your logo on there, put your phone number, and then put, hey, take a video of the work you need done, and make it a little circle weatherproof sticker that costs like a couple cents, and slap that on every downspout, and that's how you do it.
I like it.
Yeah, we've really enjoyed doing a lot of training around this too. Teaching people how to sell, how to do their operations, and this things you aren't thinking of, like when someone's up on a ladder and they notice a cracked window, you want them to document that or show the owner or show you, or if hey, stuff happens, man. I've had guys fall off ladders. I've had all kinds of stuff happen.
I had that happen last year.
It's terrible, right? And man, I mean, it sucks. I've had multiple guys, just they didn't hook the ladder up right. But this is how it goes. Yeah. And so we got anyway, we could go off on ladders for days, right? But I need to know when something's up quickly, as the owner, and I want to record it. I want to see it. I want to document it, and I want to protect my team, and I also protect them from customers, because those customers love to. Oh, I didn't see that damage before. You guys must have done that.
One time I had this customer, we cleaned their gutters, right? And then like maybe 2 months after we left, she sends us a picture and all her corners, because they had those little strip corners, and a lot of times people paint those. So the paint was fading. So all her corners were faded. And she's like, your gutter cleaning, destroyed my gutters. And, I went back and we had the before pictures, and the before pictures, they looked exactly, it's like, no, we didn't.
Yeah, it's the instant replay of your business, right? Can you imagine the NFL got got rid of instant replay things? Everyone would go crazy, right? But nobody's going crazy that, hey, you guys can put instant replay in your business. You got to, it's all these little pieces that add up to, making sure you're giving a great customer experience, but also protecting your team.
I'm actually I just launched a gutter company that we're documenting. I'm probably going to jump on this.
Yeah, we would love to have you.
Yeah.
I mean, we're continuing to add stuff all the time, like just little nuances, little things that everyone's asking for. So we continually make things better. But ultimately, our goal is simple, easy, and quick, and work every time. That is literally our focus. And then we'll be plugging it into all of your CRMs. We should be, if everyone here's on Jobber, we're already there. You'll be in
So how does that work with the CRMs? How does that?
Yep. You just go to the company. Yeah. So you hit connect. There's a little like connect button when you connect new things. And then you go to your customer record and it'll show up right there. And so instead of just seeing the phone number, you can just tap a button and it sends the text and it launches a new page for you.
So it kind of syncs with your CRM. It'll know all your customers and kind of be all together.
Yep. And any new video, and you'll see the video link right there at the customer record if you have to go back to it. It's all synced up.
Cool.
Yeah. And the reason that like this is important too, because a lot of our guys, like I've got guys that switch CRMs, like maybe they go from Jobber they're going from Excel, or they're, now you can take your videos with you wherever you go. And that's also
because you live in your system.
That's right. And it's also a good for if you ever decide you want to sell your business. Now you have a full record of all the work. So the value of your business will go up as well, because you have things like this in place. Like if you put a CRM in place in your business and put things like LiveSwitch in place, you're adding value when it comes time to sell your business. And
I can see that, because I had a sale 2 years ago. I sold a gutter company that I had for 10 years, and I could see that would have made it more valuable.
Oh yeah, I mean that's just how it is. I mean, if you've never sold your company before, and we sold our last company. It's a multi-billion-dollar company. That financial stuff I was telling you about.
Yeah.
We created a technology that explains it in plain language, and we went from a nobody company to Inc. 500, and then we sold it to KKR. It's a multi-billion-dollar company now, and so we're in the process. We want to build another one. All business owners, we got a little pride. We're always trying to compete. So this is round 2 of that. This time though, we bought this company. It's 16-year-old. We bought it 4 years ago, and so now we're
you guys kind of innovating it, or
Yep. We're retooling it up. We're putting together things like this because historically, like we've done stuff like everyone's probably even used our stuff. You didn't know it. Like if you're at the Super Bowl, we were at the Super Bowl this year, last year before. If you're on the MLB ballpark and you scan a QR code and they put you on the jumbotron, that's
Oh,
us.
okay.
Yeah, we did the All-Star game for the NBA. We've been doing
Yeah.
it. We did 100 episodes of WWE wrestling. If you remember when they put all the screens in the stadium,
Yeah.
we did. That's us. That was us.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, but that's the kind of company that we purchased, and then now this is what we're bringing to the market now, and this is what I'm obviously most biasedly excited about, having been a business owner for a painting and power washing company. So
I'm excited about it. I haven't heard of a service like this yet.
because it didn't exist. I mean, when the chief of police, when we were doing that, he's like, James, this seems so obvious. Why doesn't this exist yet? I'm like, well, chief, two things. One, we didn't all have smartphones in our pocket. Now they give you a smartphone when you're born. They're like, welcome to the world. Here's a smartphone. So you got that. And then the other thing is this, a company like ours, just there's not many of them, like you're going to need to go to Google, go to a company in China called Agora, which we're not going to do, for our 911, but like we're unique. So we're excited to put this in your hands and, just help you close business faster, really.
James, someone who wants to get hooked up with LiveSwitch, how do they contact you?
Yeah, just go to LiveSwitch, LiveSwitch.com, click demo and say, I want to talk to James. Just say, I listen to the Gutter Growth podcast, come on, and you'll get right to me. I mean, I have great sales team members who'd love to talk to you, of course, but why don't you come and talk to me and we'll walk you through everything. I'll walk you through everything.
And I'm going to have, I'll have your link posted. So you guys could just kind of go up in that post and click that link and get a hold of James that way.
Absolutely. And I love what you're doing. The mastermind groups, by the way, like the benefit is I'm in all these different industries. Like I'm talking at I'm moving. I just hosted a moving conference last week. I'm in a self-storage. I'm at a home services thing in Orlando the other week. And I'm in all these different verticals of home services. And every vertical has your top thought leaders, your biggest business. And you know what they have in common? They all say I'm part of a mastermind group, all of them, to the person. If you're not in a mastermind group, like you're missing out, right? And even having some of your vendors in the mastermind group, like the good ones, not the ones that are just.
Yeah, we just had our accountant in it. Ran a meeting on Saturday, a little bonus meeting.
That kind of stuff makes all the difference. Putting podcasts in between your ears when you're driving, turn your mobile classroom, put on the podcast, get into that mastermind group, and it's going to be game changing because it only takes a few things.
I didn't mean to do that.
Hey, I cut off by cool music anytime, but like stuff like that, where you pick up one or two things from your mastermind, from even your vendor, like even today, I wonder if your wheels got spinning today, right? Whether or not you do business with me or not, I just want you thinking about your customer experience, your speed to lead, what other people are doing, and just get your wheels turning. I mean, an accountant can do that for your books, a sales door. I mean, I went to a door-to-door knocking conference, right?
Yep.
I had a guy knock on my door yesterday, right? Like door to door, man. Like these are things that might be old, but come back again. And there's other things that are new, like what I'm talking about today, that you might not have thought about, and just get your wheels turning, connect with those mastermind folks, and like it'll change your life.
They were doing this back in the day, like Benjamin Franklin and Thomas Edison. They all had these little mastermind groups. It was a concept from Napoleon Hill. But yeah, no, I mean, every time I've joined a mastermind group, I've learned a lot. It's really true who you surround yourself with is who you're going to become. And you got all these guys on the same mission of growing. So definitely.
Yeah, it's incredible. I interviewed a guy the other day at a conference, and he has an 8-figure home service business. And, if you want to go from 7 figures to 8 figures, you got to listen to the guy who's doing 8 figures and what is he doing. And he was dropping all kinds of knowledge on how he puts data in front of his sales team. And everyone was just like mind blown.
Different ballgame.
Different ball game. You're like, that's who you're competing. I would not want to compete against that guy. If you're in Seattle and you're a moving company in Seattle, good luck to you, because that guy is wiping the floor with people.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
But he's doing things like this, innovating, making his company better, and building his brand.
That's what it comes down to. So,
cool, man. I appreciate you coming on today.
Of course. Thanks, Tim, for having me. Thanks everyone for listening.
So, good deal, man. I appreciate you. You have a good day.
You too.